What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Still to Stone channel. So today we're checking out the Sencut Sash from Sencut Knives, which is an offshoot of We Knives, just like Civivi is. And you can definitely tell just by looking at this that it is made by the same company that We is. Beautiful fit and finish. And these are 49 bucks. I picked this one up from bladehq the other day. I've had it for a couple days. And they do have different handle materials, just like Civivi always does. I saw a black micarta, a brown micarta, I believe, and this natural G10, and I think there's a couple other ones. I pre-ordered mine last week, and then I put the $5 down payment down, and then a couple days later, they sent me an email, said it was shipped out. So I was like, hell yeah. And as far as I know, the pre-order is still going on. Maybe they're coming in batches. I'm not sure. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can pick one up if you want to. But yeah, let's take a quick look at this, talk about it for a few minutes. This is just kind of an unboxing, and then I'll probably do a full review on this eventually. But like I said, very similar to Civivi, since it is a We Knife company. Comes in the fleece lined pouch, very similar to Civivi's pouch, or probably identical. And then the microfiber cloth, which is really nice as well, with the Sencut logo. Really nice cloth, and a good size one at that. It's pretty large. Looking at about, let's see, what's that, 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches roughly, something like that. Maybe it's supposed to be 8 by 8, but anyways, really nice packaging for $49.99. I think that's what this was. This is a really good deal. Satin finish drop point blade with a thumb stud and a flipper tab. Button lock, obviously, running on bearings, and a nice drop point blade. I like this. Beautiful satin finish. Nice swedge ground up top, and a high flat grind, and crazy thin behind the edge. Don't worry about those marks and stuff. I've been kind of testing out this edge because of how thin it is. This thing is 11 thousandths behind the edge, and it's pretty consistent from plunge grind to the tip. So very thin behind the edge for a steel like this. I feel like maybe even too thin. I don't know. We'll see. we'll get into that in the full review maybe. But yeah, that's a very thin geometry. I know that'll make a lot of people happy, but that does concern me just a little bit with this steel and this design. 3mm blade, a really wide blade, a high flat grind, and very thin behind the edge. So this is not going to be a knife you want to be abusing too much, that's for sure, if they're all done like this. But yeah, very thin geometry, very smooth satin finish. This will definitely be a great slicer, hands down for sure. And since it's a button lock, it's not really a hard use knife, just a basic, functional EDC knife. So this will make a great slicer if you are into that kind of thing, which I know a lot of you guys, as well as I am, are into that. So anyways, beautiful blade, nice sharpening choil, doesn't interfere with the plunge grind at all. So no issues there when sharpening. Nice flipper tab with the Civivi type jimping, which works great. Flipper works great. I mean, the action on this is beautiful, but it does have some lock stick as far as I can tell. I've been trying to get rid of it, but it hasn't went away. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, for $49, even with the lock stick, I don't think you can beat this. This is pretty fantastic for what you're getting. Great ergonomics. This is about 7 3/4 inches. Got the spoon shaped handle design, as you can see there, or at least that's what I call it. And just a really good looking knife. Natural G10. They got black micarta, brown micarta, and maybe a couple different colors aside from that. But I went with this because I want to do it that sapphire blue color. I think that'll look great on this knife. And you can see the liners underneath the scale there, how heavily they're relieved. So that's fantastic. This knife does feel very light in hand. T8 pivot screw, T8 body screws, and T6 clip screws. Looks like a Civivi clip as well. Just a really good looking knife with a great fit and finish. The nice, you know, with a lot of the Civivi knives, they do like an angled flat on the scale as well as a radius in the transition. So you're getting like the best of both worlds with the ergonomics on this. And I don't know if that's just an easier way for them to machine it or if they do that intentionally, because what I feel like is the wider you can keep this dimension and the more you can radius this as well, keeping this as wide as possible while creating the largest radius on the edge gives you the most comfortable handle, because you don't want this dimension to be really thin back here because it'll just cut into your hand. It'll be like pressing onto a blade, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is one of the better ways to go about it if you're not just going to do a large radius. So yeah, very good ergonomics, very comfortable handle. The spoon shaped design is always very comfortable. Just used it on this knife that I made, and you see that shape on a lot of knives. So because it works, it's a good way to design a knife. So nothing wrong with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Pocket clip, right hand, left hand, tip up only. But man, the star of the show, the button lock, the centering's a little off now. It was perfect when I got it out of the box. I've already taken this apart because I wanted to look at how they did the button lock. And it's done about as you suspect. So we may take a look at that in the full review as well. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. Fantastic budget knife from Sencut. My first time with a Sencut knife, but I am very impressed with this. Aside from the lock stick, this is the perfect budget knife just for a basic EDC slicer at that. I mean, you can't get much more than this for that price. I don't think it's not really possible at this point, at least in the knife community. So this is a winner as far as I can tell. But we'll get more into it in the full review and do some sharpening, some testing, all that good stuff like we normally do. But yeah, thought I'd share this with you guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you want one, check out bladehq. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing and all that good stuff. I appreciate it and hope everyone has a great night. I will talk to you guys in the next one.